Hi guys, Miss Vaughn here. So this video covers the homework assignment for Tuesday, the 25th of January. So we finished part of the review guide, but because of art, we needed to cut class short. So I wanted to go ahead and have you guys finish numbers 8, 9, and 10 on page 4 of your review guide for homework. These cover the terms that we learned when we were making arguments and whether they are the premises are true, the argument is valid, or the argument is sound. So I believe this is also from section 2.2. So hopefully you've tried those. This video will cover the answer and also wanted to give you a little bit more information. So from that section in your textbook, there were two main points that I wanted to reiterate regarding the difference between valid and sound arguments. So obviously, the first part, determining whether your premises are true, is pretty straightforward. But when the connection between the premises and the conclusion is logically correct, then the argument is valid. But in order to have a sound argument, you must have both true premises and valid logic. So the first part addresses whether the two statements that you're making to draw your conclusion are connected, whether it makes sense the way that they're connected to get the conclusion. The second part means that you must have true premises and the connection must be logically correct in order for the whole argument to be sound. Okay, now that I've gone through all that, let's move on into the exercises. So for exercise 8, they stated that all people are sinners. That's our first premise. And then John is a person. That's our second premise. And then our conclusion is, therefore, John is a sinner. So in this case, as Christians, we do believe that all people are sinners. And we're going to hope that nobody named their dog John. We're going to assume this is a person that they're talking about here. So yes, the second premise is also true. Therefore, your two premises are true. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Try that again. All right, so let's look at the logical connection of our argument. So all people are sinners. So because of the word all, that means that because John is a person, he would fall into the category of all people. Therefore, the connection we've made between the premises and our conclusion, it is valid. That is logically correct. If all people are sinners and John is a person, then he must also be a sinner. And then finally, because our premises are both true and our argument is valid, we have also a sound argument. All right, so let's look at number 9. Number 9 states that some spiders are poisonous. Tarantulas are spiders. Therefore, tarantulas are poisonous. So in this case, we do have two true premises. Some spiders are poisonous and tarantulas are spiders. So this is true. And when we look at the connection between these two, we do find that there is some illogical connections that are made here. So because the first one states that some spiders are poisonous, that means that not all spiders are poisonous. And so stating that some spiders are poisonous and that tarantulas are spiders is not a logically sound, does not give us a logically sound conclusion of tarantulas being poisonous. So our argument is invalid because of the word some. And therefore, because we have an invalid logic, then we do not have a sound argument. So this is unsound argument. Okay, last one, number 10. It says that all rhombi are rectangles and a square is a rhombus. Therefore, a square is a rectangle. So a rhombus is an equilateral quadrilateral. So that means that it has 4 sides and every single side has the exact same length. It can be, I guess it's somewhat strange angles. It doesn't have to be exactly a square, but a square is a rhombi. So the second, or a square is a rhombus. So the second one is true, but the first one is not, because we know that rectangles are defined by the opposing, one set of opposing sides are going to be longer than the other set. Therefore, our first premise is untrue. And so that's what we would say for the first part. So we have first premise is false, untrue. However, the second one is true, and the argument is valid. So if all rhombi were rectangles and a square is a rhombus, then a square would be a rectangle. So the argument is valid. It's just that the information that they stated in the beginning is untrue. Therefore, this argument is unsound. It was well given, but they were wrong. So that takes care of numbers 8, 9, 10. So hopefully you did well on those. And then I will have another video for our virtual day tomorrow where we finish our review guide. So I will see you guys later. Thank you.